My name is Avidon and Respes. I'm the Director of Business Development with Briades Corporation of America. And I just want to share some information with you in this presentation, some things that I've previously experienced with and I am, dealing with on a daily basis. This is, my business, and I've seen clients, I've seen other people, and there's a whole industry surrounding this. So I just want you to understand, you know, what goes into this and how simply you can get started and you can really make this happen for yourself. So this is a 30-day business model, a guide by Briades Corporation of America. These are three must-haves if you're going to take part in this. Okay. You got to be slightly creative, okay? Have some slight creativity. You got to be able to come up with some designs. Got to be able to think outside the box. And you got to be able to, reach people and, sell. Yes, I said it. You got to sell to the people that are around you. And that takes some creativity. Another thing is discipline. It doesn't happen overnight. I said 30 days. Some people it might take longer. Some people it might happen quicker. But at the end of the day, if you're disciplined in this, you're going to, see the profits in this and you're going to really be able to make it happen. The next thing is $250 to $500. You're not paying me. That's not money that you're paying me. That's money that you're paying for product. That's money you're going to be paying for shipping, supply, demand, all those type of things. Now, if you do want to pay me, and, we could talk about that later on by the end of this video, or if you want to, pay my team and, you already want a system in place, we could talk about that. But this is the typical business investment example that you're going to be looking at. Now, I said $250 to $500. Why is that? Because if you get 25 shirts to start out with, okay, we're talking about selling t-shirts, that is the product. You're going to create your own t-shirts, or you can, sell my t-shirts, my company's t-shirts, or some affiliate t-shirts. We're going to get into that by the end of this video, show you how to make some money. But staying focused right here, 25 shirts at $10. This is what you're going to be investing. That's $250. Now with that $250, those 25 shirts, you're going to sell them for at least $25 per shirt. Now after that, $25 per shirt, 25 shirts, that's $625. That leaves you with a total profit after, expenses. That's going to give you around $375. Now you can make that in a day, you can make that in an hour, you can make that in a week, in a month, however the case may be, but that's money right there, at your expense. Let's say if you do that weekly, what's that going to look like? 375 times 4, that's an extra $1,500 for you. So this is a credible system. If you want to figure out how to start with no money down, that's $0. You can get my company's internal marketing, my company's internal system, my company's internal control, my company's whole, operations. You're going to see that at the end. Okay. So I want to share some key information with you, because if you don't understand this, it's going to make it a lot harder. And it's good for people to just understand this anyway. Robert Kiyosaki, if you're not familiar with him, go check him out. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also the Cash Flow Quadrant. This comes from the Cash Flow Quadrant. He is, an entrepreneur. He is a very credible business owner and investor that you can learn a lot from just by reading his books, watching his videos, watching his interviews and different things like that. This is a quote by J. Paul Getty. He said, you can go research him too. He said, I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% off of my own. Now, why not maximize it? Why not get 1% off of 100 people's efforts and 100% off of your own? But that's neither here nor there. I understand the principle of what he's saying. You can put in, just a little bit of effort, and based off of 100 people's efforts, and if you just get a percentage of that, you're going to be doing a lot better than just 100% of your own, because you're not able to give 100% all the time. So let's look at this quadrant right here that is called the cash flow quadrant. On the one side, you have employee and self-employed. You have ES, okay? It breaks down ESBI, employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. But if we're looking at just employee and self-employed individuals, okay, you have to trade your time for money. These people are always starting from zero every day. You got to start from scratch, okay? If you have a job, you're always going to trade time for money. There's no leverage. You have to physically show up in order for you to get paid. You have to be there for 8 hours. We've all worked a job. We all know what it is to put in that time, right? You go there, you show up. By the end of the week, by the end of the 2 weeks, by the end of the month, however the system is set up, you get paid. Now, when you become self-employed, it's basically you owning a job, because the money, the business doesn't generate money unless you are there putting in the work, making it happen, making sure that you're managing responsibilities. A lot goes into that. You are the complete system. Now, when you go on the other side, you get those 100 people, as we said in that quote, you're getting 100 people that are a part of a system, and they're helping do the work for you, okay? You own a system and people work for you. That's what this says. So people are helping you generate money. You're leveraging the people. Now, the difference between self-employed and being a business owner is the fact that the system with a business owner is working. There is no system for a self-employed individual. That's not how this works. They don't have any type of, let's just make it real simple. If you go to a doctor, typically the doctor is there. They have to, do the procedures. They have to check the patients. They have to, make sure that everything is going smoothly. Why? Because they are the business. If that doctor is not there, it doesn't happen. Now, once the doctor wants to, expand and become a corporation, he can then hire other doctors for a simple percentage of their business, of their revenues, and he could put a system behind that, or she could put a system behind that and generate more money. Now, they're not going to automatically make as much as the doctor at first that they hired, but in the long term, it's going to, really, really benefit them. So after you look at the big business owner, the person who has the system behind their business, you see the investor. Money is working for them. There's no people involved. It's just cold, hard cash, dollar bills, cryptocurrency. Maybe it's an asset like real estate, something of that sort. And that creates the income. It's not dependent on your physical presence or that person's physical presence. It's dependent on the system being in place with the money, right? There's a system behind that real estate. Somebody has to check the real estate. Somebody has to, manage the real estate. Somebody has to make sure that somebody is using the real estate. There's a lot of things that go into that, but we want to focus on creating more business owners and investors. And with our system, we're able to do that. A lot of people, they start out as an employee, of course, but working through the ranks, you become an investor into your own system. These are some statistics. 62% of adults, and these are American statistics, 62% of adults believe entrepreneurship is a good career. Over 50% of small business owners are stated to be over 50 years old, and about 25% are in their 40s, of which they experience the highest business growth. That's amazing. Now, some supporting clauses behind these percentages are maturity. A lot of business ownership revolves around maturity. a sense of purpose and fulfillment, legacy, and people wanting to form an estate, profiting from previous experiences. They've had experiences where they saw business operating, they weren't happy, or maybe they, had, close experience in a industry or within a market, or maybe they've seen somebody operate a business and they're like, I could do it myself, and they've done it. So that's what causes these things. Younger individuals don't typically have those sort of resources at their exposure. They don't have the maturity, they don't have the purpose or fulfillment yet, because they're just trying to, have fun in life. They're just trying to enjoy their days. They're not thinking about their estate, and they don't really have that much previous experience to base, their business off of. 55% of Americans believe they can start their own business. The U.S. ranks among the top countries to start a business in when weighed against the social and economic infrastructure, and 62% of U.S. billionaires are self-made. What causes these results? Access to capital and infrastructure, fewer regulations and free economy, proximity and logistical support, the American dream. These are key factors. The American dream is something that, people are kind of forgetting about. It's kind of dying. But with more and more people becoming entrepreneurs and wanting to, get into entrepreneurship, it's becoming more and more a reality, and it's becoming simpler and easier for people to truly, chase the American dream. Proximity and logistical support is having access to resources that you need in order to, scale your business properly. Fewer regulations is always good. Having a free economy where money can just, move around. Access to capital and infrastructure is great, because if you can get money, if you can get capital, and if you can, get the proper infrastructure in place, you could truly make your goals and dreams a reality. Now, 33% of small businesses state that a lack of capital is the biggest challenge. Lack of capital is of the most common reasons why small businesses fail. Now, I want you to understand that, because if you can get the proper capital, or if you can start a business or maintain a business that doesn't need or require a lot of capital, you're going to be good. And all you have to do is make sure that you maintain that. Typically, the inability to borrow working capital creates operational issues. It's plain and simple. If you don't have money to move your operations, it's not going to work. One thing that causes this is interest rates and restrictions on loans and funding. History and projection analysis. If you don't have the proper history within your market, or if you don't have the proper business or credit history, you're not going to get the funding. And if you don't have projection analysis stating or showing, where you're taking your company, it's not going to work. Faulty operations and management. A lot of people have, their cousins, their uncle, not that it's a bad thing, but they have close family members, or family members that they think are close, or friends that they believe are close, and they end up, not being able to manage the business, and that creates a big problem. That creates failure. And, hiring people that you like, or that you, favor for some sort of reason, will lead to faulty operations. You got to hire the right people. You got to be, clean, cut and clear about the people that you're putting in place to do the work for you. Use of personal funds. Once you start using your own money, it's a problem. This system that we have, you don't have to worry about using your own money for a long period of time. Of course, you got to, put an upfront investment, or you can get somebody to invest the money for you. But I'm going to show you something that is really going to make this make sense for you. Now, when you go and start a business, a big problem is people don't understand product life cycles, or business life cycles, or any of these things that I'm showing you for that matter. Now, this is called the chasm. You have two breakdowns. You have the early market, and then you have the mainstream market. 16% of the market is in the early market. These are usually tech enthusiasts, innovators, early adopters, visionaries, influencers, entrepreneurs, people that are really willing to try out some new things. Now, when you can get your product to create waves within the early market and it pushes through the chasm, the early majority is going to support your product, and that's going to create a momentum that the late majority and the laggards are also going to, become a part of. Now, my organization already has over 50% control of the market. Now, that's the innovators, early adopters, and the early majority. I can't tell you how we got that, but over, a long period of time of analytics, market share testing, collaborations, product testing, research and development, advertising, promotion, a lot of different key testing and strategical measures, we've been able to secure 50% of the market, and the people that team up with us are going to be able to also have access to that. But everyone else has to, figure out how they can get through the chasm. I'm going to share with you the problem. There's a lack of a product, there's a lack of support, and there's a lack of environment for these people that are creating these businesses. Now, once you can get a solution to the lack of product, lack of support, and lack of environment, you'll see success. My company has a product, and we don't just have a product, we have many products to choose from. And they are really, really emotionally tied into people's lifestyle, so it helps sell the products even smoother for us. We have a great support system that, buys products regularly, and we expand the support, and we create a very, very, economically sound environment for the products and the services that we offer. As I stated, we're giving people access to that, but I want to share with you a previous sale example of what we started with. Now, just with some, quick friends and family, nothing too crazy. We didn't even, really have to sweat for this, but selling 13 shirts at $25, we made $325. Now, if we, right, not if we, but we bought 100 shirts and we went to door to door, we sold to some other people, we wanted to see, kind of how far we could take this thing. And we sold 75 shirts like that, right off the bat. And if you do $25 a shirt, 75 shirts, that's $1,875. Now, altogether, we bought 100 shirts. Now, selling those 100 shirts at $25, that's $2,500. For an initial investment of $1,000, that's 100 shirts for $10 a pop. That gives us a total profit of $1,500. That's no marketing, no system, no control, no real strategic game plan or analytics, testing, or nothing like that. We just came out, we did it, and we made it happen. A simple sales math, algorithm that you can use. If you sell to 50 people $25 a shirt, it's $1,250. Now, if those same 50 people, instead of them just getting one shirt, if they get two shirts for $25 a piece, that's 50 people. That's $2,500. Now, if you have those same people, instead of getting a $25 shirt, or instead of them getting two shirts for $50, if they get four shirts for $100, 50 people, that's $5,000. Now, a sales goal that you want to have in mind would be 50 people getting 5 shirts. Now, that's 50 people spending $125. That's $6,250. An even greater goal, which you should have also in mind, is 100 people buying 5 shirts, and that's $125 sale. Now, that will get you $12,500. It's very simple math. 100 people, $125. That's $12,500. You could do that in a day. You could do that in a week. You could do that in a month. However long it takes you, you can get that done. We have an opportunity, as I stated to you before, we're going to take on some team members. If you believe you can, sell some t-shirts, if you want to, cut down the risk, if you don't want to, pay into a system, if you want to, start fresh, start, from 0 and go to 100. If you don't want to start with any initial investment except for, yourself, your ability, the first 40 people that become team members, right? We're calling this the inaugural 40 club. You get 40% of the sale. Okay, so let's say we generate $5,000 in sales together. You go out there, you have, I'm gonna give more details if you're serious about this. You go out there, you make some sales, and it totals up to $5,000. You get $2,000. Now, I'm gonna share with you some of the other percentages, just so you know that anybody after that, they have to start, from the beginning. Okay, so the first 40 people, make sure you go to the website, or make sure you email me. I'm gonna give the information after this. The first 40 people are automatically going to get that 40%. So any sale that you make with your referral code, any sale that somebody buys from you, I'm going to show you how to do it. Any sale, you're going to get 40%. If you reach a total of $5,000, I almost said $50,000, but you can definitely do $50,000. I mean, this is not hard. If you do $5,000, when you do $5,000, you're going to get 40% of that. That's $2,000. Starting as a baseline, 5-star growth program, a specialist, teamster, whatever you want to call it. You're going to start at 5. As a beginning team member, you're going to start off at 10%. So as a starting 5 member, you're going to start off at 10%, meaning that if you get $10,000, and when you get $10,000 in sales, you're going to have $500 right in your pocket. Okay? When you get to the next level, a team 10 position, that's 10 sales veterans within your team. Starting 5, you got 5 people. Team 10, that's 10 people. You get 15%. Now, if you get $5,000, now when you reach $5,000 in sales, that's $750. Next level, Team 25, that's 25 sales officers. You get 20,000. I mean, you get 20%. Sorry, I'm used to dealing with big numbers. With a team of 25, right, sales officers, you get 20%. Now, $5,000 at 20%, that's $1,000. That's great income to have. Team 10, Team 30. I'm excited. Team 30, sales chieftains. 30 sales chieftains. You get 30% of that. Now that's $1,500. The inaugural 40. Once you reach back up to that level, or once you reach that level, if you started from scratch, let's say you missed the 40 people boat and you go all the way through the ranks, you're going to hit that 2,000 mark for 40%. It's very, very simple. It's very, very structured. The operations, the game plan. And if you believe that you can be part of the team, or if you believe that you could do it yourself, make sure you contact me. Connect with me. Let's make it happen, and let's make you fulfill the goals and dreams, the financial goals and dreams that you have. I'm going to walk you through this thing. It's not going to be, I just let you go out there and get all crazy. I'm going to show you the formula so that you have a base foundation and that you can grow this thing how you really need to. So get in contact with me, email me, call the number, check out the website. Great success. I'm going to see you soon.